Hey there, and welcome. So, today we're going to tackle one of the most important tenses in all of English, the present simple. And trust me, by the end of this, you're going to feel so much more confident using it. Let's jump right in. So, here's what we've got lined up. We'll start with what it is and why it's so important. Then, we'll build positive sentences, learn to make them negative, figure out how to ask questions, and finally, we'll have some fun in practice. It's a really straightforward plan to get you mastering this thing. All right, first things first, let's really dig into what the present simple even is, and more importantly, why you should care. This is the foundation for everything. You know, to put it really simply, the present simple is all about stuff that's just, well, true, or things that happen over and over again. It's basically the soundtrack to your daily life and the world around you. And this slide, yeah, it breaks it down perfectly. You've got your routines, like grabbing that coffee every single morning. Then there are facts, things that are just true, like she lives in London. And of course, habits. They play football. See? It's for all those reliable everyday things. All right, so we've got the what and the why down. Now let's start actually building with it. In this next part, we're going to learn how to make positive sentences, and it all comes down to one super important rule. Okay, I need you to really tune in for this next part. Seriously, if you remember one thing from this whole explainer, make it this. When you're using the present simple, everything, and I mean everything, depends on the subject. And here it is, the big secret rule laid out nice and clear. Look, if your subject is I, you, we, or they, the verb is just the verb. Easy, we work. But, and this is the game changer, if the subject is he, she, or it, you've got to add that S. He works. That's literally it. That's the main rule you need to know. So check this out. It couldn't be clearer. I like pizza, but she likes pizza. You see that little S on the end? It seems small, but it's absolutely crucial, and it only ever shows up for he, she, and it. Oh, and here's a quick little spelling tip for you. It's just a small thing, but it helps. For some verbs, like the ones ending in SH or CH, we add ES instead of just S. It just makes it sound better, right? So go becomes goes, wash becomes washes, easy peasy. Yes. Okay, so we know how to make positive statements. We can say yes. Now, what about saying no? Let's dive into making negative sentences, and you'll see it's actually super simple once you meet our two little helper words. So, to say no, we call in our two best friends, don't and doesn't. And guess what? The rule is exactly the same as before. For I, you, we, and they, we use don't. For he, she, and it, we use doesn't. You just pop them right in front of the main verb. That's all there is to it. Whoa, stop everything. This is so important. I'm telling you, this is the number one mistake people make, so let's really get this right. When you use doesn't, the little s is already baked into it, so you have to take the s off the main verb. The verb goes back to its original plain form, always. Let's see that in action, because it's so important. Look, he doesn't work here. That's perfect. The s is in doesn't. But he doesn't works here? Nope, that's wrong. You've got a double S there. Just remember, doesn't and a verb ending in S can't be in the same sentence. They just can't. You guys are absolutely crushing this. Okay, so we can say yes, we can say no. What's next? Well, we need to ask questions, right? And you're going to see that we use the exact same helper words we just learned. This part is so cool because it's so easy. To ask a question, you literally just take your helper word, do or does, and you move it right to the front of the line. That's it. The rest of the sentence just falls into place. Do you live? Does she live? See? It's just a simple switch. And you can't ask a question without getting an answer, right? To sound really natural, you use those same helper verbs in your short answers. Do you like coffee? Yes, I do. Does he work here? No, he doesn't. It just makes the whole conversation flow so much better. Okay, enough talk. We've covered all the rules. Now for the fun part. It is time to practice and put all this knowledge to the test. You ready for this? Let's do it. All right, here's our first one. My parents, is it live or lives in an apartment? Think about it for a sec. What subject is my parents? And the answer is live. Got it? The reason is that my parents is just another way of saying they, and with they, the verb stays in its base form. No S necessary. Great job. Okay, let's keep it rolling. Next up, he. Should it be watch or watches TV every night? Remember that special rule for he, she, it?
Yes, it's watches. Why? Because the subject is he, so we need that S. And you remember the spelling tip. Since watch ends in CH, we add ES. You are on fire.
Okay, time for a negative. We don't or doesn't have class on Friday. Which one is it? Which helper goes with we? You got it. It's don't. The subject is we, so don't is our helper. We don't have class on Friday. Perfect. Okay, last one. This is the final challenge, and it's all about you. I want you to think of one thing, just one routine that's part of your day. Now try to say it out loud in a complete sentence using the present simple. It could be anything. I drink tea. I walk my dog. Whatever it is, just go for it. Use what you've learned right now. You've totally got this. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and seriously, keep practicing.